Okay, Presumed Innocent comes out every Wednesday on Apple TV. There's 5 episodes loaded. This is episode number 5. Today is Wednesday. I'm about to get my life. Bye. All right, you guys, I'm prepping dinner. My husband wants shrimp egg foo young, obviously with gravy over rice and a few sauteed shrimp on the side. These are the shrimps that I'm going to saute. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let these marinate. I'm going to season them and let them marinate in the fridge. And this is what I'm going to season them with. I got a little olive oil to put on top, some Old Bay, the basil, oregano, all-purpose seasoning you know I like, and a little lemon pepper. And we're going to let these shrimp just marinate for an hour or so. We're not going to cook them just yet. I did start prepping my egg foo young, so the rest of the shrimp is here. I do cut my shrimp up in bite-sized pieces. He wants like 3 patties. I'm going to use 4 eggs. If you remember, I usually say 1 egg per patty, but I want a little bit more eggs, so I'm going to add an additional egg so he could have 3 nice-sized patties. I cut up my green onion. Then I have my seasoning over there. So you'll see me make the actual egg foo young later. But I just wanted to show you what I'm going to season the other shrimp with that I'll be sauteing on the side, okay? I'll be back. I'm going to add a capful of lemon juice to my shrimp as it marinates. All right, I'm making the egg foo young mix. So those are my 4 eggs. I use the canned bean sprouts, but of course you can use the fresh ones. But the canned do just fine. Because if you use the fresh ones, you're going to need to, I do drain it, but if you use the fresh ones, you'll have to blanch them, which, you know, before you put them in. Let me get this out the can. I'll be back. All right, got those out the can. I'm going to go ahead and add the shrimp and the green onions into the mixture. I'll be right back. I'm going to start kind of folding all of this in together, you guys. And then I'm going to add some flour. Make sure I have enough eggs in here. I'm going to add some flour. Help thicken it up. And I'm going to season my mixture. But first, let me mix all this in. So, yeah, 4 eggs looks like it's going to be good enough. Let me grab my flour. You can also do a cornstarch slurry, which I do sometimes. But this time, I'm just going to add flour. They both do the same thing. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm incorporating the flour in here. It's going to thicken up so it'll be like a patty. It's just a Chinese omelet. That's all egg foo young is. Looking good so far. I left some of my green onions out so I can sprinkle that on top at the end too. Of course, you can use any protein you want or just vegetables. My husband likes shrimp. All right. Now I'm going to put a little soy sauce in here, a little oyster sauce in here, a little bit of sesame seed oil in here, some garlic powder, some pepper, and salt. I'll be right back. I'll be using all these sauces again when I do the gravy, but I also mix it in with the patties. Okay, I'm not going to add any garlic powder, although I could, but I'm not. And I was light on the salt, because all of this stuff is flavor. It doesn't really need that much salt. I was light on the soy sauce, you know, all that. So the patty mixture is ready, you guys. But I'm not going to make my patties yet, so I'm going to sit this in the fridge for now. And I'll make my patties probably in an hour or so. I'll be right back. This is going in the fridge. All right, here's the fun part, y'all. Here's you see the consistency? It's fairly heavy, fairly thick. And that's the way I want it. So I use like a scooper. And this is just oil. And I'm making a patty. And I just make sure, you know, it stays fairly round. Might turn my heat up a little bit. I don't like them like too close together. So I'm just going to do 2. I don't like crowding the skillet. Oh, I'm sorry. It would be helpful if I put it on there. Okay, so I'm going to let this cook. Let this cook, and then When it hardens up, just like a regular almond, I'll flip it over. Okay? I'll be back. Alright, I flipped the patties over. I'm going to let the other side cook. And because you guys have seen me do this before, but I do use raw shrimp. And I know that you can use the pre-cooked shrimp. Shrimp doesn't take long to cook, and I don't want it to be gummy. But if I was going to use like pork or chicken or anything like that, I would cook it first, the protein, but not the shrimp. Okay, let's let these finish. I'm just going to finish all these patties, and I'll show you when I'm done. Alright, y'all. I was able to get 5 egg foo young patties out of that mixture. Patties are done. Now let's get started on the gravy. Okay, I added some more oil to my skillet. Just rinsed it out and put some oil in there so I could start the gravy. Let the oil get hot, just like you would do regular gravy, but it's Chinese gravy. So I'm using sesame seed oil, oyster sauce, soy sauce. I'm gonna use a little minced garlic and some chicken stock, but my chicken stock is unsalted, and of course flour. So we'll let this heat up, and then let's get it. All right, my oil is hot. I added a little bit of the minced garlic and my flour. I don't measure. I don't use too much garlic, so it's not garlicky per se. But gotta get this flour cooked off and browned up a bit. So of course you have to stand here and make sure you get all the lumps out and stir. I have the heat on medium-low because you don't want to burn it. So it's just oil, minced garlic, and flour at this time. And I'm just going to keep doing this, and then I will add my chicken stock when it thickens up a little bit. I'll be back. Here's my chicken stock I use that's unsalted. Go ahead and add this. You could use beef stock, vegetable stock, whatever you want. And I'm just going to check for texture. Consistency is the word I was looking for. See, it'll thicken up. See how it's thickening up? Thickens up pretty quickly. I was trying to make quite a bit of gravy, so I had enough. Because we're using white rice, so we're going to want gravy for both. So I'm just going to keep doing this until I get the consistency I want, and then I'll start seasoning the gravy. I'll be back. Alright, so if you can see, I kind of like this consistency, but the things I think about is gravy thickens up as it sits, right? So you got to kind of think about that. So I'm almost using this entire 32 ounce of unsalted chicken broth based on the amount of flour I put, and that's okay because I did want to make quite a bit of gravy. But now is where I think I want it, right here. Okay, so now let's get it seasoned up. I'll show you what I add to it. Be easy on your sesame seed oil because it's really strong. So just like a capful. This is the good stuff, oyster sauce. Now, if you don't have oyster sauce, you can use hoisin sauce, but I usually keep oyster sauce in the house because I love the way it tastes. So this is kind of the sweetener. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some of this. Last but not least, of course, you need soy sauce. All right, so now I stir. See if it thickens up anymore. I still have my heat on medium-low. Looking good, so I'll taste it in just a moment to see what, if anything, I want to add. Now, I don't want the gravy too thick, right? Because it's not, I really don't make my gravy too thick usually anyway, but definitely don't want it thick. So, let me just taste it. I want some more oyster sauce in here. I'm gonna add that in. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of accent. I'll be back. All right, and I also added a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit more soy sauce. So accent, added a little accent, a little bit more oyster and some accent. Let's see if that did what I wanted it to do. Yeah. I'm pretty much there. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. All right, added a little salt. I think that's all I needed because I did use unsalted chicken broth. Sometimes I use salted chicken broth. I'm always scared of something being overly salty. Yeah, that did it. If I had used salted chicken broth, I wouldn't need to add that little bit of salt. So that's why you taste as you go. All right, so this is done. My meal is done. Let's put it together. Oh, he wants those sauteed shrimp on the side. Let's saute those. Let me pull them out the fridge. All right, you ready to have some fun? It's a little bit of butter. It already has. Here's the shrimp. Been marinating. Doesn't take long, guys. For the shrimp, we just sauteing on each side. Let me get them all laid in here. I'll be right back. All right, I'm gonna let them rock for about 2 minutes on each side, and they'll be done. And then here's the rest of the little marinade in here. I'll pour that on right towards the end into the skillet. All right, they're ready. There's about 30 seconds left. I'm just gonna pour the rest of that sauce in there. And the shrimp are done. Let's put the plate together. So I warmed up the rice. I put a little gravy on top of the rice and warmed it up. It's been sitting. Now I'm gonna put some gravy over the egg foo young. I'm gonna put it back in the microwave for about 30 seconds to warm it up. Top it with some green onions, y'all. And we done. I'll be back. Oh, you wanna party? Listen to your body. I want to get naughty.